Not a perfect life, but a coherent one, where belief becomes behavior and faith quietly becomes the way you live. Global health reports show that more than 1 billion people worldwide live with mental health challenges. حياكم. I often return to the question of a good life. Not because I lack answers, but because life keeps asking me to grow into better ones. Over the years, I searched for meaning through learning, reading, and deep reflection. I explored philosophies and ideas, trying to understand what makes life feel whole. It's not an easy thing. Yet, the closest I came to living this concept, not just thinking about it, was when I began to look at Islam with greater maturity and awareness. Not as a collection of ready-made answers, but as living, divine methodology that works with you through life. In a recent VOCAST episode titled A Good Life, I sat with Sheikh Dr. Abdullah Al-Ansari in a conversation that stayed with me long after it ended. Though the dialogue was in Arabic, we made sure to provide English translation, subtitle, because the questions we explored are universal. They speak to a shared human longing for calm, clarity, and inner balance. We live in a time where anxiety and chronic stress have become almost normal. Global health reports show that more than 1 billion people worldwide live with mental health challenges, not just illness, but exhaustion. A quiet struggle with uncertainty, pressure, and the fear of losing oneself while trying to keep up. This reality brought me back to a simple question. What does it really mean to live a good life? The Quran opens with powerful declaration. This is the book in which there is no doubt. Not because it removes hardship, but because it offers clarity within it. When approached with reflection, not rushed recitation, it reveals a gradual path, a way of seeing, understanding, and responding to life, a framework that shapes how you relate to yourself, to others, and to Allah. What moves me deeply is how gently this faith teaches us to seek guidance. In our 5 daily prayers alone, we ask for it at least 14 times a day. Guide us to the straight path, as if clarity is not something you achieve once, but something you choose again and again. The supplications that surround our days carry the same wisdom. Even as we step outside our homes, we ask to be protected from straying, harming, or being harmed. It is a quiet education of the heart, an alignment of intention before meeting the world. This prophetic understanding of a good life, it was never defined by comfort or the absence of trials, but by alignment, living with Allah consciously present in decisions, reactions, and intentions, facing the future without paralyzing fear, carrying responsibility without exhausting anxiety, staying present without being consumed by what has not yet arrived. Patience here is not passive endurance. It is an active inner strength. Dealing with harm is not suppression, but balance, knowing when to forgive, when to set boundaries, and how to protect the heart from unseen wounds. Presence was central to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ way of living. Those who spoke with him felt fully seen. Human worth was never measured by status or language, but by taqwa, a quiet awareness of Allah that shapes character. And from this inner guidance flows generosity. Islam does not ask you to give what you don't have. It begins by asking you to give yourself mercy, clarity, and compassion. From there, giving becomes natural, time, effort, care, knowledge, even a smile. Charity is not limited to money. Presence itself can be a form of giving. Perhaps this is what حياة طيبة, good life, truly looks like. A life rooted in supplication, shaped by guidance, softened by mercy, and expressed through service. Not a perfect life, but a coherent one, where belief becomes behavior and faith quietly becomes the way you live. And maybe in a world overwhelmed by noise and exhaustion, this gentle return to guidance, prayer by prayer, is exactly what we've been searching for all along. VOCAST, a space where we pause, listen, and return to what truly matters. Here, we don't repeat what is often said. We ask the questions few dare to ask. Until our next conversation, this is VOCAST.